Yeah, you know, I have 16 diamonds. I completely forgot that I have diamonds still. So I can make myself completely new diamond armor. And enchant it and all. I need more levels. Oh yes, I need levels. Very much so. And, and also, isn't it warm and cozy? I'm making some more food because you can never have enough food. I need to start playing this multiplayer finally. Maybe after I go to the Nether with this, if I ever do that. I mean, if I ever go to the Nether, I will feel like a Minecraft pro, which is of course far from the truth, but still a slightly less newbie noob than before. So I have to go to the Nether, survive, and then probably maybe I will go and play online. Finally, it's not like, uh, that would be more of a trendy thing to do 10 years ago or 8 years ago, but still, I would like to do it at some point. Maybe, yeah, speaking of Gopher, maybe try and go on the Gopher's server for Minecraft. Ooh, that would be cool. That would be cool. Ah, for some people at least. For some people who like this game, maybe, and enjoy long hours of grinding and mining and cooking, and you know what, actually I love doing this in Skyrim as well. There was, before I started recording the Artificer playthrough, I had a huge project using the woodcutter mod, and I was building, I decided to build a huge tower from scratch, from the raw materials. Huge tower next to my Hearthfire home. That took a lot of time. I was also making through another mod, I was making a lot of dwarven teleport devices. Some kind of teleport stations you can place in the world, and you can go from point A to point B, basically, very in an alternative, more immersive way than the fast traveling thingy. And so I was for, I don't know, 20 hours of my playthrough was just building things with woodcutter features, and then going to nearby dwarven ruin to get dwarven ingredients and then dwarven junk, basically, to make teleports. And that was awesome. That was absolutely awesome. I love wasting my time. All right. So, yeah, paper. I wanted to make some paper as well. Was it like this? Yes, that was something like this. And now the Star Wars soundtrack, for some reason, appeared in my head. Okay, now I have plenty of... No, that's absolutely not what I wanted to do. Plenty of paper, although I may need to keep some for maps. More sugarcane. It's decided then. I need more sugarcane, and I need to switch to my free hand. Yeah, this is really fascinating, isn't it? Oh, I don't have to do it. I completely forgotten how sugarcane works in this game. is really fascinating. It's magnificent gameplay. What do you want? I need to relax, as I said. Also, I kind of wanted to upload something Minecraft related for quite some time, but I really didn't have any idea how to make it interesting. And I still don't have any idea on how to make it interesting, but nevertheless, it's too early to go to sleep. Nevertheless, I have decided I am doing this. Oh, I forgot I have a clock here. I need to eat something. I mean, in real life. Man, another break? I just had one. How dare you, Belly? You need to play the game. Sugarcane? No, I don't have any more, I don't think. I have a bit more here. Not really satisfying, and I would also need to replant some, maybe. Right. Anything in the water? Nah. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Right, now I can make even more pepper. Oh, God, why am I so hungry all of a sudden? Alright, I will make the paper and I will go and eat something finally, because it is time. My stomach demands it. And like this, and maybe this, and yes. Okay then. I have the paper, and I will stack some of it here. Is it enough for the map? It's not enough for any map. I will, let's say, I don't know. Let's do it like this. Let's just halve. Take half for trading and leave the half. All right. Food. In real life. Oh God. I can't get out of this game. It's really terrifying. This game is addictive for some strange reason. All right. Okay, let's go. I will be back in. Yep. Right. I am back, and I think we will go to the village one more time, and we will trade, of course. And of course, I did not check how do you throw things during my break, because, yeah, I'm very smart. But, well, we will handle the situation anyways. We just have to drop in the village and sell some paper, because, you know, that's apparently a very valuable stuff in this universe. It's rather amazing that the entire game is randomly generated. For a randomly generated world, it's quite a detailed and oh, seriously, it's a broad daylight. I hate these little ones. Oh, they are too fast for me. Oh, and the grass is also in my way. Come on, die! Die! Oh boy, that was scary. Yeah. Alright, well, I was not expecting that. Oh, bugger. Seriously? You are annoying. Yeah, at least oh no, I thought I will get some gunpowder, but no, of course, no such luck. Well, where were we? We are going to sell stuff. Yeah, it's rather interesting that the entire game is randomly generated. And by the way, a little curiosity. If you don't know, of course, the first Elder Scrolls game ever, the Arena, was also mostly randomly generated world. I'm not sure if there were fixed locations, of course, but most of it was randomly generated and it was huge. Very weird game at that time. That was in the 90s, I think. It was a very long time ago. You are a librarian. Oh, I should have taken more paper. A paper? Well, shame. Alright. You are useless. The green peasants, villagers are more or less pointless. But there was a weaponsmith. I need to sell some iron to them. Hello? Oh, they are never... Hi. I don't have anything for... Oh, and now you are willing to... Oh, you... Forget it. Forget it. I am not coming back again. Not in a few days, at least. Ah, okay. Nice, nice. My bread turned out to be very useful. You are a weaponsmith, sir? Are you a weaponsmith? Yes, you are. And you are going to take this. Well, not the most... Really? Not the most profitable of expeditions again, but, well, I have 4 emeralds now. So sooner or later I will be able to buy interesting things. I need to do it properly next time. Take everything I can possibly sell. I will have to give them some time to procreate. I thought some of you were in a romantic mood. Why are there no children running around? Ha! I found it. That's how you do it. That's great. Are you not hungry, sir? No? Come on. Or maybe it's... Oh, yeah. He has taken it. You can procreate as well, even though you are slightly useless and stuck in the table. Yeah, yeah. There was a cleric, wasn't there? Yes. Hi, sir. Go. Use this bread for love-making energy. Yes. Sooner or later, the village will be huge. Do I have to stay in here? Ah, maybe that's the case. Maybe I have to be here for them to do the magic. Which, of course, is rather boring. Just waiting for them to, you know what? To do what they have to do. It's almost creepy, actually. Oh, I need to stay here. I need to make sure you are making babies. No, I probably will pass for now. Yeah, there are only 4 villagers. There was more. Some of them died. That's unfortunate. Well, anyway, I think I'm going back to my house. And I will do something, build something. If only I can... I am always getting lost in Minecraft so easily. Again, I don't know where I am and which side I came from. I need my compass again. That's the only way for me to find myself in this. Oh, yeah. Did you get food, sir? Oh, now you are in the mood. One of them is in the mood. The other doesn't look like it, like he is. Oh, maybe. Come on. Don't play with the doors. They are not toys. Right. Yeah, I'm sure I will find my way home sooner or later, right? That's that. Okay, okay. I think I know where I am, or maybe not. Uh, I think that would be the way home. Way back home. Uh, boy. Okay, okay, okay. Pigs. That looks familiar. Oh boy, the loading. Now I fixed it. I fixed the world by poking the floor, the ground. That's how you fix the world. It's insanely easy. You'd think you need a lot of education and some perfect, innovative ideas and a bit of a moral stature, but no, you just have to poke the ground and the world is fixed. Why am I so hungry again? Maybe it's because I'm sprinting all the time. How can we think it wasn't that bad before? Wonder why. Maybe I need to give my computer a little break. That maybe the reason. All right. But still, yeah, it's terrible. Absolutely. Come on. And now I destroyed my lawn, my garden. Right. So, I was thinking about a little acacia place, garden, like here. Oh, we have to go to sleep anyway. But maybe here or on the other side. Oh, what a beautiful sunset. Yeah, in the background of my pointless towers. Beautiful. Alrighty then. Yeah, which would be the better place for my acacia thingy? I need to plant some acacia trees to get more acacia wood because I want to make an exotic garden somewhere. I will have to make an entire expedition for some plants and other strange thingies. Uh, this may be the place, I think. Maybe on the. Although I wanted to have a village here, which will take approximately a century to migrate the villagers from there to here. Yeah, that's the thing for another let's say episode. Although I have no idea if I will ever upload any Minecraft gameplay again. Yeah, yeah. We will do it here. We will flatten the land a little bit. We will make some fences from here to let's say here. Let's make a plan. What? Oh, that was strange. I wanted to make the Bane voice, and it came out like "Brah." Even I can do better in terms of Bane voice. What matters is our plan. What matters is our plan. Oh, that was a bit better. Yeah. Right. So, where would we... This will be a huge garden. Maybe it should be a bit smaller, actually. Like, maybe from here? Nah. From here to... To what? Yeah, it will be huge anyways. So yeah, oh, okay, this is a good line, I think. Somewhere like here will be the corner. And this will be a huge exotic garden. Why would be it exotic? There isn't that many flowers in my plants and seeds chest. Let's see what I can plant there before we start anything. I have purple dye that's not plantable. Sunflowers, that's meh, not very interesting. On 9 acacia saplings. Did I have more here? No, not really. I have birch fences and dark oak fences, and that's that. And I have acacia fence gate. It's a pity I don't have more acacia. I don't have any more acacia tree wood, timber, building blocks. Because I would like to have acacia fence for my acacia garden. Alright, let's go to sleep. So yeah, sunflowers, saplings, dark oak would be nice as well, because I don't have it at hand. Not very close, I mean. Dandelions, sure. Birch, not really. There's plenty of it nearby. Right. Because I need flowers. And sunflowers. Yeah, this will be a strange little garden piece. Yep. And after this is done, I will probably go downstairs to my basement. Fences. I always forget about something. It will be a strange garden. Oh, yeah. And I need to go downstairs afterwards and think about how to use my basement room, the one that's not finished. Will I really be bothered? Will I bother experimenting with the redstone contraptions? It's one of these things that kind of sounds interesting, and then I'm quite sure I will get tired and bored of it, like after 15 minutes, and it will be completely pointless room I will never ever visit again. But you know, that's Minecraft. Most of the things you build are just there for the pleasure of building them. Right. I will have to do one more because I need the... Oh, really? Oh, these giant green willies are so annoying. I am doing it very wrong, I think. Yeah, I need more space, a little bit more space, because I want to have a fence, like here. And that would mean, of course, this will be the corner of the fence, and we need some space in between the elevated ground and the fence, because otherwise the zombies and creepers will jump over the fence, and it will be horrible, and we will have to fix things all the time. So we need some space. We may even do... Yeah, after this is done, we will make a moat. Oh, so many things to build, and dig, and mine. Yeah. So, I was for that video I mentioned before that interpretation video. I was doing a lot of research and I learned a lot of stuff. It was very, very interesting and educating experience. Like I would never probably bother myself with reading Carl Jung. And this is a really fascinating guy, that person. You know, if you don't know who that was, you probably heard about Sigmund Freud, the famous psychoanalyst, actually the creator and founder of psychoanalysis. And he had a student, let's say, a pupil, and that was Carl Jung. And Carl Jung is probably the proper pronunciation. He was German or Austrian. Carl Jung was very different in temperament and character and notions and worldview, and they, of course, ultimately, at the end of it, they had too many differences. Jung decided to make his own little theory about how the psyche works. And Jung was very, very difficult to understand in comparison with Freud, and partially because he, for example, he had some very strange ideas about the psychological substrate, let's say, of, well, mythology and religions and religious thinking, and for example, like, to be more specific, less abstract. Basically, Freud believed that all our conscious mind, what we realize about ourselves, all of this part of us does is to fool ourselves and pretend we are not sexually driven animals. Not only, at least. And Jung kind of was a bit disappointed with this particular notion. He wanted to... I don't have a shovel, or... yeah, a shovel. That's wrong, that's bad. He was rather disappointed with these ideas, and he decided to tell the story completely other way round. And for example, he said that the dreams are not trying to, well, fool you and hide the meanings. The sexual meanings of dreams are not hidden, and they are not always sexual in the eyes of Carl Jung. He decided that the dreams are actually trying the best they can to tell you something important, and that's an interesting note. That's not how it is done, Billy, and it's something interesting to think about, because, you know, usually, in my experience, at least, the dreams I have do relate somehow to my life. They are quite often symbolic, but not always. Quite often they are just direct, you know, estimations of my current problems. And yeah, that idea of sublimation, of sexual drive sublimation of Freud, yeah, maybe I am too idealistic, but it doesn't work for me that much. There's no way each and every one of our dreams are sexual in some sense. I don't think that's plausible or sustainable or whatever. Do I have gates? Yes, I do. That's great. And I thought that Jung's theory is much more sophisticated, to be honest. Once I started to, well, vaguely understand, I'm not saying that I'm an expert or anything of Jung's theory. I need to be precise here. I want the fence gate to be right in front of the basilica doors. Oh, really? That's not the gate? That's the fence. That's wrong, Belly. I shouldn't be talking and playing. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Alright, we will leave a gap for now. And we'll probably run out of the fence blocks soonish. Alright, you are marking the border, I believe. The corner, I should say. Alright, let's do it like this, maybe? Is this... Oh, we can have two gates, actually. Nah, that's wrong. That's just wrong. So yeah, for example, I would never ever read Carl Jung if not for, well, for Skyrim, but also for Jordan B. Peterson that I discovered through H3H3 podcast. That's a long way of discovery. YouTube is awesome, basically. So yeah, that's okay. That's basically what it should be, I think. We will have a little pathway here, gravel path. Do I have gravel? I should have gravel somewhere. Yep, but I need gates. I badly need some gates. I was sure this is a gate piece. Whatever, ma'am, whatever. Alright. Oh, maybe I should place the torches already. Because, yeah, spawns and creeps and all that. If you don't know, the monsters don't spawn in well-lit areas, so you always have to make sure there is a lot of light, a lot of torches everywhere, or glowstone, if you want to avoid getting killed or damaged or your constructions to explode. Right. I'm not sure if it is sufficient, so I will place some more just in case. I am always overdoing this, by the way, the lightning part, but yeah, I want my new garden to be well lit. Oh, I can't have it. I can't have a corner without a torch. That's just my thing. All right. And of course, it inspires me to read even more now that I understood vaguely what Jung is about. That this collective unconscious, that's an interesting term. That's the term that he uses to explain, for example, the commonalities between mythologies, because he was the one to believe, I think, that the mythologies are basically, there's always some mystical experience, let's say some dream at the start of any mythological story. I don't know if that's an exaggeration or simplification. That is a simplification on my part, I'm quite sure. But basically, that was his idea, and therefore, because the dream is the root of inspiration. That's pretty obvious if you ever created something vaguely resembling art. Dreamlike state of mind is always at the root of new ideas, I would say. Or not just the dreamlike state of mind, just a dream. Where the hell do I... Yeah, I don't want birch, to be honest. Fences, I need to make dark fence gates, unfortunately. I will place this here, which I don't like because it's not the place for dirt, but fine. How would you go around making fence gates? That's not the proper tab. So, oh, that's how. All right, so like this and like this and like this, And like this. Now we have gates. Not enough of them. So, shame. And like this. And now, of course, I have forgotten already how would you do it like this, I think. Yes, like this. Now I have, I think, a sufficient amount of dark fence gates. Ooh, yeah, that's a little bit of a problem, because I would like to have a pathway from here directly, not through the animal pen, directly to my garden. I would have to diminish the space for my sheep. Poor guys. They had such a great spacious accommodation. Now they will have to suffer the squalor. That's not exactly that's not right, is it? That is right in terms of being aligned with the doors here, but it's not symmetrical. Can I just... Yeah, I can survive it being not symmetrical. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so what now? Pathway, maybe? I think the pathway will be the proper next step. Yeah. So I think there is something to it. Coming back to the Carl Jung, I love it. I love this formula. Just talking random stuff over a game and rambling and mumbling. That's a perfect format for me. Really, it suits me well. It's not my thing to say. I think yeah, it's great. It's great. I'm having fun, at least. At least somebody has. Alright. I need to make a space for my gravel. Now, another pathway will be coming from here to here. And we will probably want to have it like... Actually, this little... I could probably make it less of a gravelly path and more of a... like a little courtyard or... I don't know, porticulus or something like that. Yeah. But I will work on that later. For now, we will just have a gravel path. Right. So as I said, coming back to Jung again, maybe I will finish the thought finally. So I thought, as much as I can understand it, and as I said, it's not exactly an easy read. And as much as I can understand it, there is definitely something to it. But you know what is funny? I need more gravel. What is quite funny to me that Jung is also the source of the New Age movement, because the psychological interpretation of myth and religion was very inspiring to some people who, needed some spirituality in their life. But now that I read Jung personally, I can see how I don't want to, be offensive to anybody or simplistic or, judge their beliefs. That's not a good thing to do generally, but it's just not exactly what Jung meant, I don't think. It was mainly, although not exclusively, psychological thinking, right? Not necessarily spiritual, although he wasn't. He did what he did to maybe defend a little bit of spirituality of the Western culture, but the existence or lack of uh, any sort of higher transcendent reality wasn't really that much interesting to him. Well, it was and it wasn't. There were some works when he tried to explore that as well, which I haven't read yet, the more spiritual thinking. But the basic theory is much more about pure psychology, as much as I can tell, at least for now, which makes it both more, let's say, neutral ideologically. Ah, that's a problem. That's a problem. It will not be symmetrical. Ah, it won't be a perfect symmetry because I would need to rebuild everything to make it 5 by what? 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5 by something and not 6 by something to have one line in the middle. Mm. Well, we can do it maybe something like this, and here we will do it like this, maybe? Mm. Like this, and maybe we can squeeze one in between. Not really. So you know what? Screw the symmetry. Symmetry is the domain of the fools, as one camera operator I once worked with said. Because he didn't like making the symmetric shots. mm, uh, and maybe here. Yeah, that could work. That could be all right. I have 5 more acacia saplings, so maybe I should do it like this and like. Oh, this will be when it grow. This will be very overwhelming. There will be a huge double tree here. But anyway, regardless of all the spiritual thingy and the spiritual discussion around it, it's even without these things, it's complicated and slightly delicate subjects, I would say. It's just very interesting tool to understand the mythologies in a very fresh and unique way. You should try it sometime if you are one to read from time to time to learn things on your own accord. Oh, I know. No, I don't know. No. Nah, I had some idea, but it wasn't a very good idea. So maybe, it's hard. It is hard to plan this properly. So maybe like this and something, no, something more like this and this. We will see. We can always cut the trees down if we don't like them. Well, so there won't be a lot of symmetry in our garden. But we will try to remedy that with even less symmetry of the flowers. Yes, completely random placement of the flowers, I hope. Like, let's do one here and one here and one here and one here. But even more than Jung, well, it is a more useful book for a fantasy nerd. The Hero with a Thousand Faces by Joseph Campbell. That's from 1949, if I remember correctly. So that's quite a long time ago. and it doesn't show the age at all. It's amazing read. It's quite a lot simpler, easier to understand in comparison to Jung, and it's based on very similar ideas as far as I can tell. Again, a disclaimer of not being an expert or anything. Uh, but it's more accessible read, and it explains you basically every single story and fairy tale and myth you ever encountered. It's amazing, absolutely mind-blowing book in my estimation. And that's the one, the hero with a thousand, the hero with a thousand faces. That's the book I really needed for the video, and it was in fact very inspiring and very useful for later if I ever want to make more of these interpretation videos. Okay, I think it should be lit well enough right now. I will probably over time I will probably change these for some proper lanterns. Yeah, I will have to do that, but I will do it later. Right now I would like to think if I can maybe decorate the lawn with some more flowers and other things. I only have two purple flowers, which they will not fit very well. Well, they can fit here with the white ones. Oh, I need more of these. Actually, let's plant this here, and I should have another one here. At least a little bit of symmetry. Will I have to go and harvest some flowers? Is that my future in this game? Probably is, isn't it? That's great, that's just lovely. I would love to find some use for this place. Like harvest something useful. Well, acacia will be useful. I will have to cut them down from time to time and replant them. So that's fine, I think. Oh, what a peaceful, peaceful place. Oh, my towers look a bit ominous in the dark. And The Hero of the Thousand Faces is the book that explains in a rather believable manner why the stories of all the mythologies in the world have so many similarities. That's very interesting. And, by the way, a curious little fact, George Lucas was extremely inspired by this book. Like, the entire universe and idea of Star Wars came from reading Joseph Campbell's The Hero with a Thousand Faces. And no wonder, actually, really. Just as I can completely understand why people reading Jung 50 years ago or more, 70 years ago or whatever, I'm going to pick some flowers, yes. Were trying to use him as a sort of, I don't know, new religion inspiration, fundament of a new spirituality and all such. It is equally understandable to me why the Joseph Campbell's work was so inspiring for the Hollywood artists. That's just, you know, it's one of the great many reasons why the Hollywood movies are so similar to each other from time to time, at least, many times. And it's not a complaint on my part, not at all. I can understand why. Well, some story scheme, let's say, some story frameworks, just they just work better than the others. They just are very well established, and they seem to work always for a lot of people, and it's something in our brains, I think, that makes particular stories more compelling. Even Tolkien, I believe, although I don't know it for sure, but judging by his, let's say, way of thinking about storytelling. Oh, I don't have any space left. That's just glorious. Can I get rid of something? I probably don't need so many seeds. I could just... Yep. Yeah, many purple flowers. So judging by Tolkien's line of work and ideas, he must have at least be aware of what Campbell was going on about. But I think he just read the book as well. So that's interesting, because actually Tolkien was also quite a cool theoretical thinker of storytelling and mythologies and fairy tales. He had this cool essay, The Leaf and the Tree, something like that. This cool essay about creating believable worlds. That's something that I would recommend for anyone who still thinks fantasy is as an inferior genre of literature. You can just read the very short and accessible essay by J.R.R. Tolkien to understand why you are completely wrong. Yeah, I need to get rid of this dirt somehow. All right, I will just go back. I'll just make a little trip back home and leave some useless things. Yeah. So yeah, I like it. Playing and talking. It is a good exercise for multitasking. If such a thing even exists, because it's not clear to me at all. Right. So, more flowers. Like these, for example. But purple ones are the most important, high priority flowers. For example, Tolkien was very much interested in how the origin of language ties to the origin of imagination. And he thought that once we have adjectives, once the humans invented adjectives to say, for example, I actually don't know if it is an adjective. I always get it mixed, which one is a noun and which one is an adjective and which one is which, basically. But basically, once we were able to say blue sky, for example, and green grass, and that took like 100,000 years of evolution, but once we had this capability of saying blue sky and green grass, we also were able magically to say green sky and blue grass. And then we started developing visual imagination, But I don't think that's a proper way. That's not the chronology that actually occurred. I think the visual imagination was the primary one, the first one, and then the linguistical came with that. Because there is another cool theory I learned during making this video about Skyrim and hero myth. And another cool thing I learned is that people in the antiquity and the more ancient history, basically in the oh, it's already ready. In the illiterate cultures, oral cultures, they think in images mostly. More often than in words, they use visual imagination to solve problems and to represent some ideas. And that explains quite a lot to me, because, for example, why the hell it was always, no, well, not always, but mostly, like anthropomorphic deities in the ancient world. Like, there are always some, like, the representation of an abstractive notion, let's say like justice, was a lady with a sword and a scale. Why is that? Well, because that's the go-to way of thinking about stuff for them. It doesn't exactly mean that all of them like believed that there is a lady justice somewhere, but they had this. Just it was the way they tried to suss out what justice is, and that's interesting because that's not exactly the same as believing that she lives on Mount Olympus or something. That's actually a little bit of a personal discovery for me. It makes a lot of things I read before. Well, it sheds new light on the things I read during my lifetime. Yeah, these are too high, and there's too many of them. Too close to one another, you two? Yeah, let's do it like this, and maybe some white here. Yep. And maybe also here. Oh, the music kicked back in. That's great. That's great. Yes, I can speak, I promise. Nah, too close to the path. So, this will be a charming place once the trees are all grown. Oh yeah, tiny bit of symmetry at the entrance. And then a bit more of a wild landscape. Beautiful. Yeah, but I do need lanterns. I do need lanterns here badly. Yeah. I expanded my garden. That's cool. Yeah, I think I have to do it from time to time. I'm having great time. I don't know about you. I don't think you do, but I'm having a great time. In fact, I'm having such a great time that I will finish it just the way I started, by fishing. Even though it is the most boring activity. It is also quite relaxing. Sometimes, there is such a thing, I believe, and you will probably disagree with me because you are most likely a sane person. Oh, I positioned myself wrong. Oh, he says, falling into the water. No, that's not how you do it, Billy. Focus for a little bit, all right? So, where were we? Mm, what was I going to say? Yeah, I think there is such a thing. Oh yeah, because I don't have any space in my inventory. Of course, how would I catch a fish without a space free? I can leave this and maybe something I will not need. Is there anything like this? Fences I need. Yeah, I don't want to. All right. There is such a thing as a positive, like, good boredom, I think. Sometimes you just have to get bored, like, in the most relaxing way possible. So maybe actually fishing isn't that bad. Like, for example, if you have to think about something and everybody has to do it from time to time. Oh, bow of mending. Really? Really? I have a self-fixing bow right now. Oh, that was worth it. Absolutely. Great. I'll have to combine it with my already existing one. This one. Oh, unbreaking and mending. It will never get destroyed. Wonderful. Is there any fish here for me to catch? No, that was a piece of rotten flesh, I believe. By the way, speaking about boredom and thinking about stuff, another thing that happened to me during making of the video I keep talking about um, was that I would just zone out for like 45 minutes or even an hour from time to time. I would start thinking about the video and or some more general subjects related to the video, like during work or like cleaning or something or watching YouTube. I would suddenly zone out and start thinking about these matters of Jung and mythologies and all that. And I would realize soon after, subjectively at least, it felt like it was a very brief moment, but I would realize that, oh, half an hour has passed, or even a full hour once. That was very weird. I was so weirded out, I promised myself never to think again. Once I realized the full hour has passed on just nothing, sitting and thinking about stuff. It was weird, but also quite inspiring. A lot of things are reconstructed in your head if you are doing such things. A lot of things you are able to see with a fresh eye, let's say. Right, I have two more acacia saplings. Actually, I would love to have them planted somewhere. Oh god, this game is addictive. I promised myself that I will come back for a few minutes just to say bye-bye. This is why I don't play it too often, because it eats too much of my time, to be honest. I'm just completely unable to control myself. There's always something more to do. I have to place one more block. I have to mine one more, like, diamond or something. Oh boy, that's not the place for the flowers. Here is the place for the flowers. Right, right. But I am quite proud of myself. Well, not really. I could have achieved more during such a long session. But still, I have a beautiful garden, well lit one, and acacia. What's the word? The place when you plant trees. What is it called in English? When you plant trees for agriculture, for farming, let's say for fruit, vegetables. It's not a farm. It's not a field. There is another word that I completely forget. I will have to check it out. One day I will speak perfectly. I don't know why I did it. I just have to, I just had to. All right, all right. It's time to go to sleep and save and quit. Right, Blazarus? We will quit now. After we wake up, of course. So we woke up and oh yes, I am very adult. Bye bye.